O Israel, the call never died. From the south, the lost sheep rise. From Mississippi soil where the history haven't changed in the land, but the promise still steady. Names got taken, truth got buried, but the word still breathing, never went missing. Lost sheep scattered, still hear the tone. Shepherd calling, saying bring them home. Not a rumor, not a myth. Ancient bloodline covered in stitch, no crown on head, no throne in sight. But kings still walk when they live upright. Priests in order, hearts in check. Walking the path of Melchizedek.
Order of Melchizedek. Hey, stand righteous, stand correct. No beginning, no end, we said. Walk in truth, no disrespect.
Order of Melchizedek.
Order of Melchizedek.
Lost sheep found, hearts reset.
Lost sheep found, hearts reset.
From Tupelo we represent.
From Tupelo we represent.
Israel rise.
Remember that.
Remember that. Not here for hate, not here for noise. Here to rebuild men, women, boys. From prison walls to broken homes. Still hear Yah's voice through flesh and bone. Teach the law, apply the way. Faith works, lived every day. Not traditions handed down, but ancient paths we walking now. 12 tribes breathing, still intact. Truth don't change, that's fact. Scattered, warned, and gathered again. Written long before the pen.
Order of Melchizedek. Hey, stand righteous, stand correct.
O Israel, the call never died. From the south, the lost sheep rise. From Mississippi soil where the history haven't changed in the land, but the promise still steady. Names got taken, truth got buried, but the word still breathing, never went missing. Lost sheep scattered, still hear the tone. Shepherd calling, saying bring them home. Not a rumor, not a myth. Ancient bloodline covered in stitch, no crown on head, no throne in sight. But kings still walk when they live upright. Priests in order, hearts in check. Walking the path of Melchizedek.
Order of Melchizedek. Hey, stand righteous, stand correct. No beginning, no end, we said. Walk in truth, no disrespect.
Order of Melchizedek.
Order of Melchizedek.
Lost sheep found, hearts reset.
Lost sheep found, hearts reset.
From Tupelo we represent.
From Tupelo we represent.
Israel rise.
Remember that. Remember that.
Not here for hate, not here for noise. Here to rebuild men, women, boys. From prison walls to broken homes. Still hear Yah's voice through flesh and bone. Teach the law, apply the way. Faith works, lived every day. Not traditions handed down, but ancient paths we walking now. 12 tribes breathing, still intact. Truth don't change, that's fact. Scattered, warned, and gathered again. Written long before the pen.
Order of Melchizedek. Hey, stand righteous, stand correct. No beginning, no end, we said. Walk in truth, no disrespect.
Order of Melchizedek.
Order of Melchizedek.
Lost sheep found, hearts reset.
Lost sheep found, hearts reset.
From Tupelo we represent.
In Tupelo we represent.
Israel rise.
Remember that. Remember that.
Who are we?
Israel.
What we teach.
Truth. Why we here?
Wake the lost sheep. Art of discipline, restitution, not confusion, restoration. No corner prophets, straight swing, no water down, truth or name. Study the word, live it out, let correction cast pride out. Fathers restored, mothers strong, families healed where it went wrong. Not perfect men, but hearts aligned, learning obedience one step at a time.
Order of Melchizedek.
Stand righteous,
Yeah, stand righteous.
stand correct.
Lost sheep pride, chains disconnect.
Covenant people.
Never reject. Order.
Israel lives. Shalom, 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 brothers and sisters. Shalom. Shabbat shalom. Let me correct myself. Shabbat shalom. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another back to the no, this ain't back to the basics. This is put your weight on it Friday, Salaki. But with that
That's
being
right. That's right.
but with that being said, brothers and sisters, we got another good one tonight. The name of the lesson tonight is Establishing the Throne. I can't see the whole title. It won't let me see it. It'll be all right. Establishing the Throne, Part 2. Brother Stephen finna bring us some more, drop some more gems on us, brothers and sisters. I hope y'all got your swords and your pen and your paper together, because this is going to be another good one. Another good one. And also, we are not a hate group. We do not condone hatred to anybody. We are a Bible-based group teaching out of the King James Bible, along with the Apocrypha, their use and everything. And without further ado, I am your host, Brother KG.
There go
Yeah,
that voice.
yeah. You know I
There
had
go
to do
that
it
voice.
one. You know I had to do it one time. I had to put the talk show voice on one time.
All praise. All praise.
Oh, praise. And last but not least, we have the speaker for the night. He is Stephen Yehuda of Israel. Give it up, brothers and sisters. Give it up, brothers and sisters. Put a hand clap in the chat. Put a hand clap in the chat. I leave the floor to you, brother.
All praises to the Most High. All praises. Man, I appreciate that introduction, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate it, man. Shalom. Shabbat shalom to all of the family that's scattered to the four corners of the earth. Shabbat shalom to the family that's here tonight for the lesson. We appreciate y'all tuning in for sure. Um, we will be continuing the lesson tonight um, in First Kings. We will be in chapter 2 tonight. So, family, hey, get your notebooks, get your pen, get you something to write with. Make sure you get your sword out, follow along, write these scriptures down. This is going to be a great lesson. It's very informative. There's a lot of good information in here to help us to understand the history of our people. In First Kings chapter 2, it opens with a deathbed wisdom and it ends with political purification. Chapter 2 answers a crucial question. And that question is, what happens when the Most High promises meets human ambition? Now, David is dying, but his mind is still sharp. He understands something that many leaders before and after him missed. King David understood that unfinished business can become a future rebellion. First Kings chapter 2 exposes a few things to us. One is how old sin will resurface whenever the leadership change, KG. Because the old sins or the old enemies or the old foes seem to think that when King David passed away, that was their opportunity to seize the throne or to get revenge on the Most High's people, brother.
Mm,
Another thing that it's going to expose is how houses and bloodlines carry loyalty and treachery. how mercy, when it's abused, whenever the mercy that you give people is abused, it can become rebellion. It's going to expose how prophecy does not cancel out what we call accountability. Solomon does not become king here in this chapter, Hebrew. In this chapter,
Mm.
he becomes a ruler. Even though his father gave him the crown and they brought the mule and they had the oil, he didn't become the king. He became a ruler. See, in this chapter, the transition is going to happen from favor to authority. Because Solomon already got the favor of the Most High. It's already been prophesied. The promise have already been made that he will become king. But in this particular chapter, Solomon is going to establish his authority.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna have to put his foot down. He gonna have to put his foot on some people's necks, KG.
Mm.
Now, we're gonna deal with a few people, and y'all know how I like to lay this thing out. I like to lay it out so that we can understand who it is that we'll be dealing with. Y'all know, of course, we're gonna be dealing with King David. We're gonna be dealing with Solomon. We're gonna be dealing with Adonijah, his brother, who tried to seize the throne unrighteously. We're going to deal with Bathsheba, the wife of King David and the mother of now King Solomon. We're going to deal with Joab. We're also going to deal with Shimei, or Shimei, as some people pronounce his name. We're going to deal with Abiathar, and we'll be dealing with different types of backstabbing and treachery. And King David is telling Solomon, look, son, I left some unfinished business. And I'm gonna need you to take care of this unfinished business. So these are some of the things that we'll be dealing with in this chapter, Hebrew. Do you have
Oh, praise.
anything? You got anything from uh chapter one in the first lesson that you wanna talk about, or do you have anything leading into this lesson that you want to talk about?
All I want to say is that I like how we starting out tonight because once again we are taking the time to show just different, how can I say it, different attributes to a character that is known for only a few of his attributes. Does that make sense?
That's
We
right.
are we are showing how many we are showing like other sides of Solomon. A lot of people, a lot of our people just recognize Solomon for being wise, for having a lot of riches, for having a lot of concubines, however you want to look at that. But here, just in the beginning, it sounds like we're going to be showing that Solomon had, like you said, had to put his foot down in different like at the beginning to he had to exert his authority, and even though he probably didn't do it hands on, he still gave the green light that caused whatever gonna happen to happen. So I'm ready to get into it, man. It's gonna be very informative.
All right, Hebrew. Well, let's go ahead and bring out the foundation scripture, um, 1 Kings 2 and 12.
Okay. First Kings chapter 2 and verse 12. Then sat Solomon upon the throne of David his father, and his kingdom was established greatly.
So then sat Solomon up on the throne of David his father. This was prophesied.
Mm-hmm.
This was promised. It said, and his kingdom was established greatly. Now we're going to see how this establishment has this word greatly attached to it and why it says it was established greatly. Because a lot of things took place, Hebrew, for this adjective greatly to be added at the end of established. So, man, we're going to dive into it, family. Listen, y'all, we're going to have some fun with this lesson tonight. Want y'all to know. So, for anybody that missed this lesson tonight, I'm telling y'all, y'all watch it later now because y'all going to miss a good one now. You're going to miss a good one. So, Hebrew, what I want to do is I want to go to um, first what I want to do. Um, I want to go to, I got my Holman Illustrated Bible Dictionary out,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to read the definition that they have in this dictionary for Solomon.
Bring it
And
up.
it reads, Solomon, personal name whose meaning is variously interpreted as his peace, or God is peace, or Salam, a God, or intact, or his replacement. Solomon is the 10th son of David and the second son of Bathsheba. Solomon became the third king of Israel, and he reigned for 40 years, around about 970 BC. 970 BC. Although not the oldest living son of David, he was crowned king after his mother, and Nathan the prophet intervened with David and secured David's decision to have Solomon succeed him. Solomon is remembered most for wisdom. That's what Brother KG was talking about. His building program and his wealth generated through trade and administrative reorganization. Solomon was remembered for having 3,000 proverbs, family. King Solomon wrote 3,000 proverbs and 1,005 songs. Thus, it is not surprising that proverbs and songs are attributed to Solomon. And then it references Proverbs 1 and 1 and Songs of Solomon 1 and 1. As are several apocryphal and pseudo-apocryphal books, his wisdom is also illustrated in the Bible by the accounts of two harlots who claimed the single surviving child. And we know that story, where he gave the wise counsel. He told him to cut the child in half, and the proper mother stepped up and said, "No, let her have the child." And through his infinite wisdom, he became renowned throughout the world. So, Hebrew, let's go ahead and kick this thing off, and we'll start um, 1 Kings chapter 2, and let's read verses 1 through 4.
Okay. First Kings chapter 2 and verse 1. And now the days of David drew near that he should die. And he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man, and keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turn thyself, that the Lord may continue his word which he spake concerning me, saying, if thy child take heed to their way,
Thy
to walk
children.
Salaki, if thy child, I said it again, if thy children take heed to their way, to walk before me in truth, with all their heart and with all their soul, there shall not fail thee, said he, a man on the throne of Israel.
So we see that this is opening up, talking about the promises that were given to King David by the Most High. It says, I go the way of the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man. King David is telling Solomon, be wise. Show yourself strong, and therefore show yourself a man. Because what David knew was that these tests, these enemies of his, these backstabbing, two-faced, low down, dirty scoundrels, some in the family, blood family, some in the kingdom in various positions of power. David opened this by grounding Solomon. He wanted to ground him and have him to understand his kingship. He wanted him to understand that you got to be obedient to Torah. Don't worry about your personality, and don't worry about getting too involved in political things. Show yourself a man first. Now, Brother KG, now this is covenant language.
Mm-hmm.
He's not teaching him masculinity. He ain't saying be a man according to masculinity.
Mm-mm.
He's saying be a man according to Torah.
Can I precept that, bro?
Yeah, go ahead. I was finna go into the precept, but bring it out. We'll go ahead.
I
Go
just
ahead.
got one. I just got one.
Right?
First Maccabees 2:64.
Bring it out.
And it read, wherefore, ye my sons, be valiant and show yourselves men in the behalf of the law, for by it shall ye obtain glory. And that's basically what you was just saying right then.
That's right. He said, be valiant. Be valiant. Read that again, Hebrew.
All right, First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 64. Wherefore, ye my sons, be valiant and show yourselves men in the behalf of the law, for
Stop right
by
there.
it. Mhm.
He said, show yourself men in behalf of the law, not show yourself a man based upon what the world considers to be a man. He's speaking according to God's law. Go ahead, finish that out.
For by it shall ye obtain glory.
So through the law of the Most High will you obtain the glory through keeping the law. To stay on this course, since you are already there in the Apocrypha, go to Sirach chapter 2 and read verse 1. Because this is what he trying to get Solomon to understand.
Sirach chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
hmm So being the king and and operating in your kingship based upon the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, you can expect trials. When you serving the Most High, you can expect foes to come about. You can expect to have people come up against you. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 12.
All right.
These are the words of Solomon.
9 and 12.
That's right.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9 and verse 12. So shall my works be acceptable, and then shall I judge thy people righteously, and be worthy to sit in my father's seat.
So Solomon understand that wisdom, KG, is what preserves a king. Wisdom is what allows you to reign as a king for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Because see, King David reigned for 40 years.
That's right.
Solomon's reign was 40 years. Solomon did according to what his father did by keeping the laws all the way up until when he got up in his old age. And he started listening to those women of the other nations.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Deuteronomy chapter 17 and read 18 through 20. Family, there's gonna be some scriptures come out tonight. We cocked and loaded.
You said 18 through 20?
I appreciate your sister Arlene for putting those scripts in the chat. That's right. Deuteronomy 17, 18 through 20.
I praise Shalom, Sister Arlene, and Shalom, Mother Mary, for doing the same thing as well. Appreciate both of y'all. Um, Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 18. And it shall be, when he sitteth upon the throne of his kingdom, that he shall write him a copy of this law in a book out of that which is before the priests, the Levites.
Stop
And
right
it's
there.
okay.
Start that back from the top because he said, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man. Now, there were laws that was put in place for the kings, Hebrew.
Hmm.
Read that again.
Verse 18. And it shall be, when he sitteth upon the throne of his kingdom, that he shall write him a copy of this law in a book out of that which is before the priests, the Levites.
Go all the way to 20.
All right. Verse 19. And it shall be with him, and he shall read therein all the days of his life, that
Stop.
he may.
So as a king, this book is not given to the king for him to just put it on his desk or put it
Mhm.
in his bookshelf for it to look good.
That's
He
right.
said, read it every day of your life because these scriptures is what's going to keep you grounded as a king. These scriptures is what's going to keep you in the good graces of the Most High God. It'll cause you to be prosperous. And if you are prosperous as the king, guess what? The nation of people will also be prosperous because the Most High is going to bless the house of Israel when y'all follow the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
Go ahead, finish that out, bro.
All right. That verse 19, that he may learn to fear the Lord his God, to keep all the words of this law and these statutes to do them. Verse 20, that his heart be not lifted up above his brethren, and that he turn not aside from the commandment to the right hand or to the left, to the end that he may prolong his days in his
Mm-hmm.
kingdom,
That's right.
he and his children in the midst of Israel.
That's right. So this book of laws is what's going to keep you grounded. You're not going to get puffed up and think that you're more than your brothers and sisters. Because remember, Solomon, you come from a union of death.
Mm-hmm.
You come from a peculiar circumstance. So don't think and get high and mighty and think you better than your brothers and your sisters. You're just a mere man. I gave you this position, right?
That's right.
Um, one more Hebrew. Go to Joshua chapter 1 and read verse 7 and 8.
All right. Joshua chapter 1 and verse 7. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
All praises. So what we're seeing here, family, is that the success of a king, the success of the house of Israel is tied and intermingled with obedience to the law.
That's right.
Your your name after you go sleep with the fathers is based upon how obedient you were able to be as a king to the most high God's law, statutes, and commandments. And we just getting started. KG, we just getting started.
That's right.
Man, this some good eating, bro. This some
Yes,
good
sir.
eating.
It's all
All
it's
right.
it's it's all tying together from what we from the last Shabbat lesson we did with Yedidiah and Eliyahu. It's all tying together.
That's right. All right, let's go back to chapter 2 in First King, and we just gonna read verse 5 by itself. Because verse 5 by itself is a whole lot of meat in there. And
All
we
right.
finna bring it out, Hebrew.
All right. Let me know when you're ready.
Bring it out.
First Kings chapter 2 and verse 5. Moreover, thou knowest also what Joab the son of Zeruiah did to me, and what he did to the two captains of the host of Israel, unto Abner the son of Ner, and unto Amasa the son of Jether, whom he slew and shed the blood of war in peace, but the blood of war upon his girdle that was about his loins, and in his shoes that were on his feet.
So we see he said, moreover, that thou knowest also what Joab, the son of Zeruiah, did to me, and what he did to the two captains of the host of Israel, unto Abner the son of Ner, and unto Amasa the son of Jether, whom he slew and shed the blood of war in peace. He shed these two brothers' blood during the time where they were supposed to be in peace. There was no war going on.
Mm-hmm.
He broke the commandments, Hebrew. He was supposed to be put to death. Now we're going to go and we're going to show and recall exactly what he did. Hebrew, go to 2 Samuel chapter 3 and start at verse 27.
All right. 2 Samuel chapter 3 and verse 27. And when Abner was returned to Hebron, Joab took him aside in the gate to speak with him quietly, and smote him there under the fifth rib, that he died, for the blood of Ashiel his brother. And afterward, when David heard it, he said, I and my kingdom are guiltless before the Lord forever, from the blood of Abner the son of Ner. Let it rest on the head of Joab and all his father's house, and let there not fail from the house of Joab one that have an issue, or that is a leper, or that leaneth on a staff, or that falleth on the sword, or that lacketh bread.
Okay, stop right there. Now, right there in 2 Samuel, go to chapter 20 and read verse 10.
All right. Second Samuel chapter 20 and verse 10. But Amasa took no heed to the sword that was in Joab's hand. So he smote him therewith in the fifth rib, and shed out his bowels to the ground, and struck him not again, and he died. So Joab and Abishai his brother pursued after Sheba, the son of Bichri.
So we see right here, Joab murdered Abner and Amasa during the time of peace. Now he murdered them because they killed his brother, but it was in battle. Now let's go look at the laws that King David is judging them by when he's expressing this to Solomon, right? Go to Numbers 35 and read verse 33. Numbers 35 and 33.
All right, you get the wrong numbers. I'm almost there, bro.
Go ahead, take your time. I'm gonna step in here and fix my coffee real quick. Go ahead.
All right, you said numbers 35 and 33, right?
That's right.
All right, I'm gonna read it. Numbers chapter 35 and verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Mm-hmm. So what he did, Hebrew, what he
Mhm.
did, he deserved to be put to death. He deserved to be put to death. Joab murdered two men in cold blood and shared their blood on the land. And that
Mhm.
law just said the only way that that can be paid for is by the blood of the one that shed it. This is what David is telling Solomon. Now, Hebrew, go to Deuteronomy 19 and read 11 through 13.
All right. Deuteronomy chapter 19 and verse 11. But if any man hate his neighbor, and lie in wait for him, and rise up against him, and smite him mortally that he die, and fleeth into one of these cities, then the elders of his city shall send and fetch him thence, and deliver him into the hand of the avenger of blood, that he may die.
Mm-hmm.
Thine eye shall not pity him, but thou shalt put away the guilt of innocent blood from Israel, that it may go well with thee.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt
So,
not. Okay.
so, in order for the Most High to not judge the whole house of Israel, that man that shed that innocent blood within Israel got to be put to death, KG.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you let him make it, the judgment of the Most High is gonna come down on everybody. So this is what he did. This is what Joab did when he murdered these two brothers. He he deserved to be put to death. Now go to Sirach 34 and read verse 21.
All right. Let me get the.
Sirach 34 and 21.
All right.
Because, and I'm just bringing these laws out so that we'll
Mm-hmm.
understand the reason why King David is saying this to King Solomon. See,
Mm-hmm.
it's a reason why he telling him this, because he wants Solomon kingdom to be without blemish. He don't want these sins to come back upon Solomon's kingdom and cause him pain, cause him hurt, or cause him the Most High to be to judge him. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm
So
ready
that's
when you ready.
Sirach 34:21. Bring it out.
All right. So, Rock chapter 34 and verse 21. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood.
Read that one more time. That's 34 and 21, right?
Yep, that's 34 and 21. Sirach chapter 34 and verse 21. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood.
So so sacrifice can't cover up willful sin
That's right.
or bloodshed. Now let's get this. Now let's get this point. Let's make this point. Now Joab had connections on the political side.
Mm-hmm.
See, he was in with the in crowd. So even though he was protected politically, he wasn't protected spiritually. See, the wrath of the Most High God was still up on him, even though he had political connections that protected him during the time of King David.
Hmm.
So let's go read verse 6 in First Kings chapter 2.
All right. First Kings chapter 2 and verse 6. Do therefore according to thy wisdom, and let not his or head go down to the grave in peace.
So that's a short verse. It said,
Mm-hmm.
"Do therefore according to thy wisdom." Now let me tell y'all this too. I did some research and I tried to find out how old King Solomon was when he started his reign as king, and they could only narrow it down to between 20 and 26.
Hmm.
So and they did this through the reign of King David, because he was born during the time when King David was ruling in Jerusalem and not just over Judah. Because when he first started out, he was ruling just over Judah.
Mm-hmm.
Then he got the whole house of Israel. So during the time when he was reigning just over Judah, Solomon wasn't born. He was born during the time when King David was reigning over the whole house of Israel. So that's the way they based his birthday, or the day that he was born, to get his age. Thank you. So he's a young man. And
Mm-hmm.
even though he's a young man, King David know that he's a wise man. We all know our children. You know what I'm saying? We know our kids and what they're capable of. He said, "Do therefore according to thy wisdom." He knew that Solomon knew the law. He knew that Solomon was going to keep God's law, statutes, and commandments. And
Mm-hmm.
whatever judgment needed to be handed down on Joab, he knew that Solomon was going to do that thing the right way. He wasn't going to try to cut corners or break the law to bring judgment on Joab. And he wanted to make sure that he didn't do that because he didn't want him to make a mistake. You got anything?
Nah, bro, I'm soaking it all in. Let's keep bringing it out.
Okay. So David, he didn't give him a command and say, "I want you to execute Joab." No, he told him, "Use your discernment,"
Mm-hmm.
because timing always matters. Timing means a lot in righteous judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Ecclesiastes and read chapter 8 and verse 11.
All right. Let's do 8 and 11. Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
See there? So a delayed judgment makes people that commit wickedness want to continue in it. See, I got away with it. I got away
Mm-hmm.
with it that time.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you see, he got away with killing the first one,
Mm-hmm.
and he killed the other one the same exact way, identical. He he stuck his sword up under the fifth rib, and he got better at it the second time, because it said the second time when he did it, oh boy, guts spilled out. So when he did it the first time, he was pretty good at it, but he got better.
Right.
He
Yeah, he
did it
got he
better.
got he got more accurate with it.
That's right. That's right. He got more accurate with it because of delayed judgment. Um, go to Sirach and read verse 8. I mean chapter 8 and verse 6. Now, this is a commandment that we all need to take heed to. We all
Mhm.
need to take heed to this because sometimes mercy, mercy is good. It's good to have mercy because, the Lord show us mercy.
Right.
But I want you to listen to this scripture. Read this.
Sirach chapter 8 and verse 6. Dishonor not a man in his old age, for even some of us wax old.
That's Sirach 8 and 6.
Yes, sir.
Read that one more time.
Dishonor not a man in his old age, for even some of us wax old.
So what we got to understand is that we can't repeat mercy toward the wicked.
Mhm.
When you show mercy to the wicked and they continue in their wickedness, you can't continue to show them mercy after mercy after mercy after mercy, because they're gonna continue to get wickeder and wiser with
Yeah,
they
yeah,
wickedness.
they just find different ways to hide it and do it better so they don't get caught the way that they got
Mm-hmm.
caught the last time.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go read verse 7.
All
First
right.
King 2 and 7.
First Kings chapter 2 and verse 7. But show kindness unto the sons of Barzillai, the Gileadite, and let them be of those that eat at thy table. For so they came to me when I fled because of Absalom, thy brother.
So when Absalom tried to take the kingdom from King David,
Mhm.
when he had to flee for his life from his own son, which was a judgment from the Most High because of what he did to Uriah,
Right,
to Bathsheba's husband,
right,
when he had him put in the front and had him killed in battle. That was
right.
a judgment that the Most High sent upon David. Even though the Most High forgave David for what he did,
He
he
still
still
had
had to
to.
be judged for it.
That's right.
That's the reason why he sent his son against him. So anytime that we sin and the Most High forgive us for it, that don't mean that there's not a judgment coming behind that.
That's right.
We still got a judgment coming. Um,
But this
he
this
told.
put emphasis on this put emphasis on why David is telling him the things that he's telling him now. In a
That's
sense,
right.
he's doing what any father. Yeah, we're talking about kings here, but he's doing what any father should do with their child. He's telling them the things that will prevent him from making the same mistakes that he made.
Oh, I see what Brother Eliyahu put in there. Yeah, I told you to go to Ecclesiastes. Which one did you go to?
I went to Sirach. I thought you had said Sirach. Hold on, I go grab that real quick. That's my bad. Appreciate that, Unc.
That's why I asked you. I said it there.
Yeah,
But if
I say it's a rock
I
twice,
might
but
have did, I might have did say Ciroc though. I might have did. That's on me. That's my fault.
let's bring it out real quick.
3 and 31.
Ecclesiastes. You want 3 and 31?
Yeah.
You want Ecclesiastes 3 and 31?
Hmm.
All right, I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna grab that one just a sec.
No, get 8 and 11. Get
8 and
eight and
11.
11. I think that's the one where I wanted 8 and 11.
All right, Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 11. Because now we went through this one already. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Okay, okay. Yeah, do that 3 and 31.
All right. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 31. Hold on. Nah, that ain't it either, bro.
That ain't it. Okay,
Nah.
okay. What about 8 and 6? Look at 8 and 6.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I had up there. Let me go back to it.
Yeah, read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 6. Because to every purpose there is time and judgment. Therefore, the misery of man is great upon him.
Hmm. Yeah, that was it. That was it. Appreciate that, Eliyahu. So he told him, show kindness unto the sons of Brasilia.
Mhm.
Because when Absalom, your brother, was after me, they fed me. Now let's look at this account. Go to 2 Samuel 17 and read 27 through 29. Eliyahu wants you to pull a script for him. If he do, bring it out after this one.
All right. He got another one.
I don't know. I think he's still just trying to give us the right one.
Okay.
Come up here. Come up here, Unc. Yeah, 2 Samuel 17, 27 through 29.
All right. Second Samuel chapter 17, verse 27. And it came to pass when David was come to Mahanaim that Shabi, the son of Nahash of Rabbah of the children of Ammon, and Machir, the son of Amiel of Lodabar, and Barzillai, the Gileadite of Rogelium, brought beds and basins and earthen vessels and wheat and barley and flour and parched corn and beans and lentils and parched pulse and honey and butter and sheep and cheese of kine for David and for the people that were with him to eat. For they said, the people is hungry and weary and thirsty in the wilderness.
So this is the account that David is referencing when he talking to Solomon. All right, now skip to chapter 19 and read 31 through 39.
Second Samuel chapter 19 and verse 31. And Barzillai the Gileadite came down from Rogelim and went over Jordan with the king to conduct him over Jordan. Now Barzillai was a very aged man, even fourscore years old, and he had provided the king of sustenance while he lay at Mahanaim, for he was a very great man. And the king said unto Barzillai, come thou over with me, and I will feed thee with me in Jerusalem. And Barzillai said unto the king, how long have I to live that I should go up with the king unto Jerusalem? I am this day fourscore years old. And can I discern between good and evil? Can thy servant taste what I eat or what I drink? Can I hear any more the voice of singing men and singing women? Wherefore then should thy servant be yet a burden unto my lord the king? Thy servant will go a little way over Jordan with the king. And why should the king recompense it me with such a reward? Let thy servant, I pray thee, turn back again, that I may die in my own city, and be buried by the grave of my father and of my mother. But behold, thy servant Chinham, let him go over with my lord the king, and to do with him what shall seem good unto thee. And the king answered, Chimham shall go over with me, and I will do to him that which shall seem good unto thee. And whatsoever thou shalt require of me, that will I do for thee. Verse 39. And all the people went over Jordan, and when the king was come over, the king kissed Barzillai and blessed him, and he turned unto him his own place.
So here we go. This is what King David is referencing. And family, I'm bringing all of these points out, and I know it's a lot of scriptures, but I want I want us to have a visual on what it is that David is telling King Solomon, because these are accounts that really happened to David. Um, Go to Sirach 3 and 31.
All right.
This the one that I wanted a while ago about the kindness.
All right. Almost there. Sirach chapter 3 and verse 31. And he that requireth, Salaki, and he that requireth a good, Salaki, and he that requireth good turns in, dang, And he that requiteth good turns is mindful of that which may come hereafter. And when he falleth, he shall find a stay. So like,
So we see that a kindness that's done for a person, you will never forget that. And I know we can be a witness to that. When a person have been kind to you and a person did something for you at a lower state when you was down bad, you never forget that. And if you are a real righteous person, you will hold that person in high regard for the rest of your life.
That's right.
I can remember kind gestures that people did for me even when I was young as a kid. You never forget when people do you right, when people do right by you. Now, some people might ignore it, but they
Mhm.
haven't forgot it. If you did something good for somebody, they haven't forgot it. They just choose to not acknowledge it. You got anything, bro?
Nah, I totally agree with that because I'm right there in that same boat with you. Remembering the things that most people done for you that were good. You you appreciate it so much because for one, those people didn't have to do it, and then also for two, you probably was at a low or in a situation where people were not doing anything for you, and that one person considered took it upon themselves to consider what you're going through and help you out. So
Mm-hmm.
you're right about that. You always appreciate that and tend to never forget it. It's almost as if one of them stories that you're able to tell on down the road that you're grateful for. I
That's right.
digress.
That's right, bro. Okay, well let's go back to First Kings 2 and let's read verse 8 and 9.
First Kings chapter 2 and verse 8. And behold, thou hast with thee Shimei, the son of Gera, a Benjamite of Bahurim, which cursed me with a grievous curse in the day when I went to Mahanaim. But he came down to meet me at Jordan, and I swear to him by the Lord, saying, I will not put thee to death with the sword. Now therefore, hold him not guiltless, for thou art a wise man, and knowest what thou oughtest to do unto him. But his or but his head bring thou down to the grave with blood.
now David didn't beat around the bush with this one. He didn't beat around the bush with this one.
Hmm.
Because Shimei cursed David. Hey, go to 2 Samuel 16 and read verse 5 through 13.
I just seen what Sister Arlene put in the chat. I hope everything all right, Sister Arlene. I just seen you said your power went out.
Oh man, yeah, we just got through going through that.
Yeah. Give me those the verses again. I'm in 16.
5 through 13.
All right. Second Samuel chapter 16 and verse 5. And when King David came to Bahurim, behold, thence came out a man of the family of the house of Saul, whose name was Shimei, the son of Gera. He came forth and cursed. He came forth and cursed still as he came, and he cast stones at David, and all the servants of King David, and all the people and all the mighty men were on his right hand and on his left. And thus said Shimei when he cursed, come out, thou bloody man, and thou man of Belial. The Lord have returned upon thee all the blood of the house of Saul, in whose stead thou hast reigned. And the Lord have delivered the kingdom into the hand of Absalom thy son. And behold, thou art taken in thy mischief, because thou art a bloody man. Then
Okay,
said, go ahead.
was that all of it?
You wanted 5 through 13, right?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, but
All
let
right,
me
yeah.
say let me say this.
Go ahead.
Now we see this is a this is somebody that's kin to King Saul.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Benjamite. The reason why he got this vendetta with King David is because of Saul.
Right.
Now we all know that David didn't do anything to Saul.
That's right.
He didn't do nothing but be good to King Saul. But because King Saul can't have an heir on the throne, he mad at King David because of what the Most High chose to do. This is why he did this thing toward King David with this curse. Go
Mm.
ahead, finish that out, bro.
Verse 9. Then said Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, unto the king, why should this dead dog curse my lord the king? Let me go over, I pray thee, and take off his head. And the king said, what have I to do with you, ye sons of Zeruiah? So let him curse, because the Lord hath said unto him, curse David. Who shall then say, wherefore hast thou done so? And David said to Abishai and to all his servants, behold, my son which came forth of my bowels seeketh my life. How much more now may this Benjamite do it? Let him alone and let him curse, for the Lord hath bidden him. It may be that the Lord will look on mine affliction, and that the Lord will requite me a good for his cursing this day. And as David and his men went by the way, Shimei went along on the hillside over against him, and cursed as he went, and threw.
Stop right there. Stop right
Mhm.
there. Hey, now you tell me it ain't just like a Negro.
Yeah.
He couldn't just let it go.
Uh-uh.
Now they leaving. They going on about their business. He following them,
Hey,
cussing them out.
hey, you gonna feel how I feel.
You no good so and so.
You
I'm
think
talking
you're
about
all that, but you're not.
yeah. You ain't the righteous king, your son. Hey, but look, what makes a better friend than a common enemy? He don't care nothing about Absalom. That
Mm-mm.
dude don't care nothing about Absalom.
That's
But at
right.
this time, Absalom was the enemy of King David.
Hey,
So
the enemy of my enemy is my
is my
friend.
friend. That's right. That's right, Hebrew. All right, finish that out. Watch what it say. He was throwing at him and everything. Go ahead.
All right, will requite me good. And all right, verse 13. And as David and his men went by the way, Shimei went along the hillside over against him, and cursed as he went, and threw stones at him and cast dust.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that was 13.
we see that he was cursing him out, throwing stones at him, calling him out his name and everything else. Now this is why David is telling Solomon, "Hey, I want you to handle him." Hey, skip over to chapter 19 right there in 2 Samuel and read 18 through 23.
All right. Second Samuel chapter 19 and verse 18. And there went over a ferry boat to carry over the king's household and to do what he thought good. And Shimei the son of Gera fell down before the king. And he was come over Jordan and said unto the king, let not my lord impute iniquity unto me. Neither do thou remember that which thy servant did perversely the day that my lord the king went out of Jerusalem, that the king should take it to his heart. For thy servant doeth know that I have sinned. Therefore, behold, I am come thee first this day of all the house of Joseph, to go down to meet my lord the king. But Abishai the son of Zeruiah answered and said, shall not Shimei be put to death for this, because he cursed the Lord's anointed? And David said, what have I to do with you, ye sons of Zeruiah, that ye should this day be adversaries unto me? Shall there any man be put to death this day in Israel? For do not, for do not I know that I am this day the king over Israel? Therefore the king said unto Shemaiah, thou shalt not die, and the king sware unto him.
So look, King David spared him. He spared him, but it was temporary.
Mhm.
Listen. Go to Exodus 22 and read verse 28.
All right.
Exodus 22 and 28. Watch this. Watch this.
Exodus chapter 22 and verse 28. Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people.
So what he did, he broke a commandment. That's a commandment right there in Exodus 22 and 28.
Mm,
You cannot curse the men of the Lord, which is the reason why David judged that dude that smoked Saul. He said,
mm,
who told you to lay your hands upon the Lord's anointed? Because you're not supposed to curse the men of the Lord. You can't curse the king that God put over his people.
mm.
You broke the law. Now watch this. Go to Sirach 23 and 11.
Sirach chapter 23 and verse 11. A man that useth much swearing shall be filled with iniquity, and the plague shall never depart from his house. If he shall offend, his sin shall be upon him. And if he acknowledge not his sin, he maketh double offense. And if he swear in vain, he shall not be innocent, but his house shall be full of calamities.
See that? So when you cursing the men of the Lord, you inviting the judgment of the Most High upon you and your household.
Mm,
Now, just because David gave him mercy, he didn't remove the sin that he committed against the Most High. He gave him mercy, but that judgment that the Most High put upon him was still there.
that's right.
Okay, let's go back to chapter 2 and let's read 10 through 12. Because now we finna talk about the transfer of the throne.
All
We
right.
getting we getting down to the nitty gritty now.
All right. First Kings chapter 2 and verse 10. So David slept with his fathers and was buried in the city of David. And the days that David reigned over Israel were 40 years. 7 years reigned he in Hebron, and 30 and 3 years reigned in Jerusalem.
Stop right there. So this is what I was talking about earlier. See, 7 years he reigned in Hebron. That was when he was reigning over Judah, over the house of Judah, the southern kingdom.
Mm,
Okay, now you see that he starts to reign over the whole house of Israel. All
mm.
right, go ahead, bro.
Verse 12. Then sat Solomon upon the throne of David his father, and his kingdom was established greatly.
Okay, so now David has gone on to sleep with the fathers. His son is on the throne. We know from the first lesson that we did, Solomon was chosen for this position. We read in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, 1 and 2, that authority comes from the Most High. So we see that King David has gave him the throne. It said, then Solomon set up on the throne of David his father, and the kingdom was established greatly. And Adonijah, the son of Haggith, came to Bathsheba. So we finna go down off into this same Adonijah, the one that tried to steal the kingdom, tried to steal the throne from him in chapter 1. He's still up to his old tricks. But guess what? He ain't gonna get away with it this time. Let's go, Hebrew. Let's read 13 through 18.
All right. Second Kings, not First Kings chapter 2 and verse 13. And Adonijah, the son of Haggith, came to Bathsheba, the mother of Solomon, and she said, comest thou peaceably? And he said, peaceably. He said, moreover, I have somewhat to say unto thee. And she said, say on. And he said, Thou knowest that the kingdom was mine, and
Stop.
that Mhm.
You see how he started out this conversation. You
Yeah.
know the kingdom was mine, and he know he telling a lie. He know he telling a lie, but he don't care. He don't even care that he lying. You know the kingdom was mine. Now you know it was mine. She said, "You come peaceably." Yeah, I come peaceably. Then soon as he gets started, now you know the kingdom was mine. Huh? I thought you came peaceably. See,
Hey, hey,
go ahead.
this one of those moments where you know how they people be saying what they be saying I don't mean to be rude, but
Yeah,
it
hey,
was one of them moments.
hey, one of them mom where they say, "I don't mean no harm, but
Yeah, yeah,
hey,
yeah,
I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but come on now.
yeah.
You know the kingdom was mine. How? How was the kingdom yours? You wasn't ordained to be the king. You wasn't anointed. They didn't pour the oil up on your head. You didn't ride up on the king's mule.
That's right.
Go ahead, finish that out.
All right. Verse 4, verse 15. And he said, Thou knowest that the kingdom was mine, and that all Israel set their faces on me, that I should reign. Howbeit, the kingdom is turned about, and is become my brother's, for it was his from the Lord. And
Stop.
now, Mhm.
Now, ain't he contradicting himself?
Yeah,
You know the kingdom was mine, but the Lord gave it to my brother.
nah, and now this, this how it really, this how it really goes. Still, the kingdom really was supposed to be mine, but Lord gave it to my brother, so but it's really mine though, even though the Lord gave it to my brother.
Hey, that's an oxymoron.
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead, finish that out.
Verse 16. And now I ask one petition on thee of thee, deny me not. And she said unto him, Say on. And he said, Speak, I pray thee, unto Solomon the king, for he will not say thee nay, that he give me Abishag, the Shunammite, to wife. And Bathsheba said, Well, I will speak for thee unto the king.
Okay, stop right there.
Mhm.
Speak, I pray thee, unto Solomon, he said. Now, what y'all got to understand now, what his request sounds like is real innocent. But Abishag was King David's concubine. This was the same young girl, the young virgin, at the end of David's life when he couldn't produce heat anymore. They went and got the virgin and put her in the bed with him to keep him warm. Now this is her, right?
Mm.
Now this is the brother of Absalom. So Hebrew, go to 2 Samuel 16 and read 21 and 22.
All right.
And I got a question for y'all in the chat. After we read this scripture, I got a question. Go ahead, bro.
You said 16, 20 through 21.
21 and 22.
All right. 2 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 21. And is this a Ahithophel?
Let me get over there with you. Hold on one second. Uh 21. Yep. Ahithophel. That's it.
All right, verse 21. And Ahithophel said unto Absalom, Go in unto thy father's concubines, which he have left to keep the house, and all Israel shall hear that thou art abhorred of thy father, Salakia. Then shall the hands of all that are with thee be strong.
Stop.
Mhm.
So Absalom did the same thing. Let me go in unto my father's concubine. And we just read where David was running from Absalom. What was Absalom trying to do, family? When Absalom slept with the king's concubine, what was he trying to do? That's a question for the chat. Hebrew, you can answer it too, but just get a chat 1 second.
Okay.
Tell everybody in the chat. When Absalom was trying to sleep with King David's concubine, what was he trying to accomplish?
That's actually a good question. That's a fire question.
What was he trying to accomplish? We'll give y'all a minute in the chat before Brother KG answer the question because I know he know the answer. And I hadn't told him the answer either, y'all. I hadn't told him, but I know he know. What was he trying to accomplish when he was trying to sleep with King David's concubine? What was his ultimate goal? Power over the king? Okay. Okay. Get his lick back? Okay. Good answer. Them some good answers. Anybody else? Revenge. Okay. Dark said revenge. Okay. Humiliation. Covet. All good answers.
Hmm.
All these
Hey,
some good answers.
hey, spot on too.
I'm talking about spot on. All of them. All of them right. Okay, KG, go ahead.
Yeah, like everybody said, Sister
Claim the
K.
throne.
Mhm.
Bam.
He
That's
was
it.
trying.
That's
Yep,
it.
he was trying to exert his dominance and show that he had taken the place of his father in the
As
midst of his
king.
absence.
hmm
Hmm.
He was trying to claim the throne. So even though it seemed like Adonijah is asking for something real simple, but y'all family, it's way deeper than that. Because if he would have slept with King David's concubine, he was claiming the throne of King Solomon. But he knew that Bathsheba wasn't wise enough to understand what he was trying to do. And by her being the mother of the king, she was at this point the queen because Solomon wasn't married yet. She was the queen at this point. So with her being the queen over Israel, he was trying to convince her to go to the king to ask for King David's concubine, which was his way of claiming the throne.
Hmm.
He couldn't get it the other way by force. So now he's trying to use politics and trying to politic his way into the throne, into the
Backdoor
kingship.
maneuvers.
hmm
Backdoor
And
maneuvers.
and if this would have been if this would have went unpunished, it wasn't gonna stop right here. He was gonna keep on, and he was gonna try to figure out a way to assassinate King Solomon. He was gonna try to figure out a way to get that kingdom if this would have went unpunished. Um, ooh, Django. Um, go to Sirach chapter 12 and read verse 10.
The king, all right. Sirach 12 and 10. Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
hmm Never trust your enemy, for as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So what this scripture is telling us that Adonijah, he was hiding, he was hiding his rebellion, but he was acting like he was being humble, KG.
Mm-hmm.
He was coming to the queen, I know he the king. I accept that he the king because the Lord gave him that position. But can you get him to ask him to let me get old girl and let me marry her? He was trying
Please.
to act like he was accepting it, like he was humble. But the whole
Mm-hmm.
time he was plotting on the kingdom. Go ahead, KG.
I gotta go back to it. Correct.
Oh, I thought you had something to say.
Oh, no. Come on with it.
Okay, well, we're going to go 1 Kings 2:19 through 25.
All right. First Kings chapter 2 and verse 19. Bathsheba therefore went unto King Solomon to speak unto him for Adonijah. And the king rose up to meet her, and bowed himself unto her, and sat down on his throne, and caused a seat to be set for the king's mother. And she sat on his right hand. Then she said, I desire one small petition of thee. I pray thee, say me not nay. And
Stop
the
right
king,
there.
Mhm.
Now, family, let me ask y'all this question. And I'm not insinuating anything, but I want to ask y'all a question. Why was Bathsheba so adamant in convincing Solomon to do this thing? I want y'all to think about this now. Put y'all thinking caps on. Why is she saying, look, I'm going to ask you this, but before I even ask you, don't tell me no. Please, please don't turn me down. Just do this one thing for your mama. Because I'm the queen over Israel now. Don't tell me no. Now, we all know that King David and all of his sons were some nice looking guys. The scriptures tell us this. Absalom was an absolutely stunningly handsome man. And I'm sure that they had nice physiques. They probably had curly hair. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
probably were built up, probably about 6'6", 6'4". You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But why is she trying to
Mm.
convince Solomon to do this all of a sudden? Because this her son.
Look what Sister Veronica said still.
Revenge for her home being torn apart. Hmm. Okay. That's
Good
interesting.
good perspective there, Sister Veronica.
That's interesting.
I can see that. I can see that.
But this her son though. This her son. Wanted Solomon to be heir to the throne. Okay. But Adonijah is trying to overthrow Solomon's kingdom. He
Mm.
asking her to help him. Give him what he wants. Don't turn him down. Why?
That's actually a good point that you just brought out, Sister Veronica, as far as the analogy that you're throwing right here, the and an elephant never forgets. Let's look at it from this perspective. What if she remembers, or what if she overheard, or it got brought back to her attention in some kind of way, that what Solomon said to Adonijah before this came to pass? Because we all learned in the last week that Solomon warned him that I will spare your life as long as you don't keep up the same mischief that you are keeping up. So what if Bathsheba caught wind of that, knew of it, and was like, okay, you still on the same thing. I'm gonna tell him, but I'm only gonna tell him because I already know what he gonna do based
Okay.
off of what he told you the last
Okay.
time.
Okay. That's a good point. That's a good point. And like I always say when I teach these lessons, I always like for us to understand that these people were human now.
Right.
These people had feelings, they had thoughts, they had passions, they had weaknesses, they had strengths.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? These were just regular people, just like you and I. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? And and I know how a handsome man can get in a woman's ear and try to convince them to do things. I'm not saying that that's what happened. I'm just saying it's strange that she is so adamant about this. You know what I'm saying? It's just a
Yeah.
question. I'm not insinuating anything. I was just asking a question. Okay,
Given
so
what you're saying is, given what she went through to get Solomon in that position, what would make her go about go about doing this one thing for Adonijah, knowing what she just went through to try and get Solomon where he needed to be?
That's right, because she was the one that went to David and told him, "Look, Adonijah is trying to take the kingdom from my son." But
Mm-hmm.
now on the flip side of that, she coming to Solomon trying to do him a favor. But I digress. So um, let's go. Where did you stop at?
Um, I think 19. Well, no, yep. Nope. It was 20. We stopped at 20 in the middle of
Okay,
20.
okay, go ahead. Go all the way to 25.
All right. Then verse 20. Then said I desire one small petition of thee. I pray thee, say me not
Say,
nay. And the king said unto her, ask on, my mother, for I will not say nay. For I will not say thee nay. And she said, let Abishag the Shunammite be given to Adonijah, thy brother, to wife.
stop right there.
Mhm.
So Sister Tanner says, so you think she had eyes for cutie pie? I'm not saying that that was the case. I'm just saying, like I'm I'm just trying to use, just trying to think of what would uh because she wasn't that wasn't her son. His mother was another lady.
Mhm.
Yeah, that wasn't Adonijah wasn't Bathsheba's son. That was what was her name? Haggai?
Yeah, Haggith, yeah.
Haggett. That was Haggett's son. You know what I'm saying? That was Haggett's son. So this wasn't her child. So she didn't have any reason to favor him at all. Because like King David had two sons by Bathsheba, and y'all remember the first one passed away.
Mm.
So that's all. Sister Tana, I was just trying to, I was just thinking like, what would make her do that? Like I was just trying to figure out why she was so adamant about that. That's all. But hey, that's a possibility.
Like you
Uh,
said, these are, even though we are reading about historical people, these people were still human. They still had human thoughts at
but
the
I
end of the
don't
day.
want to. But I don't want to insinuate that. I'm
Right,
not saying
right.
that. I'm just saying.
No, you're just leaving it up as a possibility
Hmm.
because the scriptures don't necessarily just tell you that entirely. The scripture don't tell you entirely the why.
Hmm. But we know that the scriptures do tell us that um, men creep into the house of silly women. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like we know that those type of scriptures exist. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But all right, let's go, bro.
All right. Oh. Verse 22. And King Solomon answered and said unto his mother, and why doest thou ask Abishag the Shunammite for Adonijah?
See,
As for mm-hmm,
Solomon feel the same way.
mm-hmm,
Solomon like, what you asking me this for? What you got going on? You might well you want me to give him the kingdom?
mm-hmm.
Go ahead, read on, bro.
And why doest thou ask Abishag the Shunammite for Adonijah? As for him the kingdom also, for he is mine elder brother, even for him and for Abiathar the priest, and for Joab the son of Zeruiah. Then King Solomon sware by the Lord, saying, God do so to me, and more also, if Adonijah have not spoken this word against his own life.
Stop right there.
Mhm,
So Solomon like, now he might got you fooled, but he ain't got me fooled. Yeah, so why you asking me that? Knowing that that's daddy concubine, I might as well just give him the kingdom if I'm gonna give him her. Matter of
mhm,
fact, why don't I just give it to the other three that were with him when they were trying to go behind my back and take the kingdom too? He named them all off.
mhm,
He said, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna eliminate this problem because I'm gonna put him to death. I bet you he won't do nothing else. I bet
mhm.
you he won't get to get in your ear no more.
And see, this goes back to what I was saying earlier in the lesson. In this segment right here, you are seeing another side of Solomon that necessarily doesn't get spoken on a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't, it's like I always say, it's that one part of the story that you just go ahead and read through real fast because you're trying to get to the part that you either always heard about or so on and so forth. But this right here shows another side of Solomon. This shows that he was capable. This shows why also people respected him beyond not just because of the wisdom.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Hebrew, go to Deuteronomy chapter 17 and read verse 12.
Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 12. And the man that will do presumptuously and will not hearken unto the priest that standeth to minister there before the Lord thy God, or unto the judge, even that man shall die, and thou shalt put away the evil from Israel.
So this is what Solomon looking at right here. Solomon said, I tell you what, I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna put this all the way away from Israel. I'm gonna take this off the table
Hmm.
because he not fixing to keep trying me. You're not gonna keep trying me like I'm weak or something.
Right.
You think because I'm your younger brother, I'm a pushover. But
Hmm.
I'm the king and I'm gonna show you something. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 16.
Wisdom of
See,
Solomon,
hey,
chapter
hey,
1.
Solomon Gangster came out. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, hey, that King David came out of him. Go ahead, bring it out, bro.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 16. But ungodly men with their works and words call it to them. For when they thought to have it their friend, they consumed to naught, and made a covenant with it, because they are worthy to take part with it.
And that's death that's talking about.
Hmm.
So he's calling death upon himself because he keep on flirting with it. He
Well,
keep flirting with death.
Well, see, and then like I said, this goes back to chapter 1 where he was telling, he had begged Adonijah begged Solomon to spare his life. And Solomon told him, I will spare your life under these conditions. And then you
Mm-hmm.
see in chapter 2, he goes right in and goes against those conditions.
Mm-hmm. He trying it, man. See, go back to what we was talking about earlier. When you show mercy to people, people will take your mercy for weakness.
Mm-hmm.
They'll take your kindness for a weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all right. Let's go back to First Kings 2 and let's read 26 and 27.
All right.
I
I'm
can
gonna
help you
start.
read a little bit if you need me to,
No,
Hebrew.
no, no, I got it, bro. I got it, bro. I got it. I'm gonna start at 24 though, cause we ain't
Okay.
finished at 25.
Okay.
Uh
Okay.
verse 20, second First Kings chapter 2 and verse 24. Now therefore, as the Lord liveth, which have established me and set me on the throne of David my father, and who have made me an house, and he promised Adonijah shall be put to death this day. And
Mm-hmm.
King Solomon sent by the hand of Benaniah, the
Uh-uh.
son of mm,
Benaiah. That's
Benaiah,
my
my bad.
boy. That's my
Benaiah.
boy. Yes,
and
sir.
King Solomon sent by the hand of Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, and he fell upon him that he died. Verse 26. And unto Abiathar the priest said the king, get thee to Anathoth unto thine own fields, for thou art worthy of death. But
Stop.
I
Hey,
mhm.
hey, while he putting him to death, he say, hey, I'm gonna tell you something too. Hey, 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 while we got this sword out, let me go and tell you something too. You better go on about your business.
Mhm.
You better go on about your business and go to your land. And if you ever leave that land, If you ever leave, I'm gonna put you to death. Go ahead, read it. Go ahead, bring it out.
All right. For thou art worthy of death, but I will not at this time put thee to death,
Mm-hmm.
because thou bearest the ark of the Lord God before David my father, and because thou hast been afflicted in all wherein my father was afflicted. So Solomon thrust out Abiathar from being priest unto the Lord, that he might fulfill the word of the Lord which he spake concerning the house of Eli in Shiloh.
Okay, so we know that the prophecy was to Eli that none of your seed will be priest again because of what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's look at it. Go to First Samuel chapter 2 and read 30 through 36.
All right. First Samuel chapter 2 and verse 30. Wherefore the Lord God of Israel saith, I have said indeed that thy house and the house of thy father shall walk before me forever. But now the Lord saith, Be it far from me, for them that honor me I will honor, and they that despise me shall be lightly esteemed. Behold, the days come that I will cut off thine arm, and the arm of thy father's house, that there shall not be an old man in thine house, and thou shalt see an enemy in my habitation, and all the in all the wealth which God shall give Israel, and there shall not be an old man in thine house forever. And the man of thine whom I shall not cut off from mine altar shall be to consume thine eyes and to grieve thine heart, and all the increase of thine house shall die in the flower of their age. And this shall be a sign unto thee that shall come upon thy two sons, tadpole and serpent mouth. And one day they shall die, both of them. Verse 35. And I will raise me up a faithful priest that shall do according to that which is in mine heart and in my mind. And I will build him a sure house, and he shall walk before mine anointed forever.
36.
Okay. Verse 36. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left in thine house shall come and crouch to him for a piece of silver and a morsel of bread, and shall say, Put me, I pray thee, into one of the priest's offices, that I may eat a piece of bread.
So you see that this was decree. This was the decree against Eli for allowing his sons to do all manner of wickedness in the house of the Lord in the temple. And then in chapter 3, you don't have to read it. In First Samuel chapter 3, 11 through 14, the priesthood was removed from the house of Eli. And y'all know that's when Samuel came on the scene. Um, so that's all that we're gonna get of that. Let's go back to First Kings 2 and read 28 through 35. Cause he he
All
he
right.
finna he finna go against what he told him. And he ain't gonna last long. He's
All
not
right.
gonna last long. Go ahead.
Second King, I keep saying that. First Kings chapter 2 and verse 28. Then tidings came, Slacky, then tidings came to Joab, for Joab had turned after Adonijah, though he turned not after Absalom. And Joab fled unto the tabernacle of the Lord, and caught hold of the horns of the altar. And it was told King Solomon that Joab was fled unto the tabernacle of the Lord. And behold, he is by the altar. Then Solomon sent Benaiah the son of Jehoiada,
There you
saying,
go. There you go again, KG.
Yeah, I see. Go fall upon him. And Benaiah came to the tabernacle of the Lord and said unto him, Thus saith the king, Come forth. And he said, Nay, but I will die here. And Benaiah brought the king word again, saying, Thus said Joab, and thus he answered me. And the king said unto him, Do as he hath said, and fall upon him and bury him, that thou mayest take away the innocent blood which Joab shed from me, and from the house of my father.
Stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now we see it said then tidings came to Joab, for Joab had turned after Adonijah. See, when Adonijah was trying to steal the kingdom from from Samuel, from Solomon, I meant,
Mm-hmm.
he was with him, and he was the priest.
Mm-hmm.
He said, turned after Adonijah, though he turned not after Absalom. Now, when Absalom did it to King David, he stuck with David. But when Adonijah did it to Solomon, he turned on him. He said, and Joab fled unto the tabernacle of the Lord and caught hold of the horns of the altar. Now, let me tell y'all something. Whenever somebody ran to the altar during this time, the altar was a place of protection, right?
Right.
When you went to the altar, they couldn't they couldn't harm you at the altar. This was a place of protection. So Joab run to the altar believing that this gon' guarantee him some safety. Go to Exodus 21, Hebrew, and read 12 through 14. Let me show y'all something.
Mm-hmm.
We looked at this a little bit earlier, but I want to look at it again.
All right. Exodus 21 and chapter 12. He that smiteth a man so that he die shall be surely put to death. And if a man lie not in wait, but God deliver him into his hand, then I will appoint thee a place whither he shall flee. But if a man come presumptuously upon his neighbor to slay him with guile, thou shalt take him from thine Salaki, thou shalt take him from mine altar, that he may die.
hmm Now let me show y'all something. Now in 2026, when we do something wrong, now we know that we don't have one place to worship at like they did back then. They had the temple.
Mm-hmm.
And when they got in trouble, they'll cut out running toward they cut out running full speed headed toward the altar to grab hold to the horns of the altar,
Mm-hmm.
hoping for mercy. But we still do that today. Even though our altars is probably our prayer closet or it might be a jailhouse to us. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? It might be a hospital bed. It might be you in a car accident. But this is what people have always done. But
It's kind of like copping a plea a little bit.
that's what it is. Because we thinking that now I'm gonna run to the altar and the Lord gonna spare me.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not always the case. Because when you got intentional sin,
Mm-hmm.
when what you are doing is intentional, ain't no need in you running to the altar. Now, if you made a mistake and you sin, okay, you can run to the altar because there's repentance there waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you out here doing willful sin, there's no need in you running to the altar because there's nothing there waiting for you. Even in the New Testament, Christ tells us that willful sin, there's no more repentance for that.
You gotta face the music.
You got to face the music, and that's what we looking at right here in First King, bro. It's all the way back in First King chapter 2.
Mm-hmm.
Sacrifice without righteousness is an abomination before the Most High.
That's right.
You running to the altar with willful sin is disgraceful. It's a stench. It's a awful smell in the nostrils of the Lord. I just wanted to bring that out. Um, did you finish that out?
You talking about in Kings?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think we got to. Well, we got to. We was at 30.
Okay, okay, go. We going to 35.
No, we got a 31. I started 31. And the
Okay.
kings, First Kings chapter 2 and verse 31. And the king said unto him, do as he have said, and fall upon him and bury him, that thou mayest take away the innocent blood which Joab shed from me and from the house of my father.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord shall return his blood upon his own head, who fell upon two men more righteous and better than he, and
Mm-hmm.
slew them with the sword. My father David, not knowing thereof, to wit, Abner the son of Ner, captain of the host of Israel, and Amasa the son of Jether, captain of the host of Judah. Their blood shall therefore return upon the head of Joab, and upon the head of his seed forever. But upon David, and upon his seed, and upon his house, and upon his throne shall there be peace forever from the Lord. So Benaiah the son of Jehoiada went up and fell upon him and slew him, and he was buried in his own house in the wilderness. And the king put Benaiah the son of Jehoiada in his room over the host, and Zadok the priest did the king put in the room of Abiathar.
So he said, I ain't leaving the altar. You gonna have to kill me on the altar. Solomon told him, hey, give him what he asked for.
Mm.
hey, hey, if he wants you to kill him right there, this a righteous kill.
Get him out of there, coach.
This this what Solomon telling Benaiah. Hey, Benaiah wanted to make sure that what he was doing was lawful.
Mm-hmm.
So when he told Benaiah, I ain't going nowhere. You gonna have to kill me right here on the altar. Benaiah went back to Solomon. He said, hey, Solomon, King Solomon, he on the altar. He said, we're gonna have to kill him right there. In the wisdom that Solomon had, Solomon knew that even at the altar, the two murders that he had on his back, it is lawful to kill him on the altar. He was a sacrifice
Mm, mm, mm.
in the establishing of the kingdom of Solomon. That's the reason why the name of this lesson is what it is. Establishing the throne, the blood. See, it was some blood that had to be shed for Solomon to establish his kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
See, everybody thinks Solomon came in and he was just this cool, calm, and collected player with a whole bunch of women and concubines
Mm-hmm.
and wives and gold and silver and
Mm-hmm.
wisdom. But this brother came in, and from the door, he had to come in with blood being shed to establish his kingdom. And a lot of times, when the Most High is establishing something in our lives, blood got to be shed. Now, I ain't talking about physical blood. I'm talking about spiritual blood. There's some things that got to be put to death in our lives for
That's
God
right.
to establish and to get us where he need us to be. See, in order for God to work the way he need to work, spiritual blood got to be shed. Paul said we got to die daily. We got to die to our sins daily. The old man got to be put to death. See, these old sins that was hanging over the house of Israel had to be put to death in
Mm-hmm.
order for Solomon's kingdom to reign the way the Most High intended for it to reign. Because under Solomon, as we go on with this series, under Solomon, we'll see that Israel had peace for the first time since they came out of Egypt. Up to the time Solomon, it was war after war after war after war after war. It was blood, 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 because the Most High used David to rid us of our enemies. He used Joshua to rid us of the enemies. He used Moses to rid us of all of our enemies. But when the
Mm-hmm.
time of Solomon came, the Most High gave Solomon peace all around about him. This the first time that Israel ever had peace.
And see, just adding on to what you're saying, this also shows that this goes back to the things that David was telling him. David knew he had to do this in order for him not to have to go through the same things
Mm-hmm.
that he went through, for one. For two, this also had to be done for the sake of the peace. Because if he
Mm-hmm.
had, just imagine how it would have been if he didn't do it.
That's right. That's right, bro.
So
You on
this
point.
is, yeah, this had to be done. And like you said, also, this is a part of that story. This is a part of the story that everybody probably overread. You read through it real fast and you don't realize that this was actually a significant. This is one of the main reasons why Solomon Kingdom got to be the way it was.
Mm-hmm.
And this goes back to the lesson on the last Shabbat with Eliyahu and Jedediah. See, this is an example of being obedient in the position that you are in.
Mm-hmm.
Because if Solomon was the person that everybody thought he was, because I know a lot of people don't. When you think of Solomon, you automatically think of two things, three things: wisdom, riches, and women. But we overlook this. But this is what got him to that point. He already had the wisdom, but this is what furthered the kingdom, I should say. The part that where he was being obedient according to what his father instructed him, because he knew his father was telling him stuff that needed to be done according to the book, the Bible. I digress.
All praise. That's great. That's a great point. All right, let's get 36 through 38. We winding down.
All right, 1 second, bro. Get back there. All right. Verse First Kings chapter 2 and verse 36. And the king sent and called for Shimei and said unto him, build thee an house in Jerusalem and dwell there, and go not forth thence any whither. For it shall be that on the day thou goest out and passest over the brook of Cadron, thou shalt know for certain that thou shalt surely die. Thy blood shall be upon thine own head. And Shimei said unto the king, the saying is good. As my lord the king hath said, so will thy servant do. And Shimei dwelt in Jerusalem many days.
Okay. So he said, build you a house in Jerusalem. I ain't gonna put you to death right now. But I'm gonna give you some mercy. But with this mercy is gonna come some boundaries.
Uh-huh.
Now, what Solomon gave him opportunity to do is to be obedient. He gave him the opportunity to have mercy through obedience. Now he told him, he said, now if you break this covenant, the blood is not gonna be on my hand.
Uh-huh.
The blood is gonna be on your hand. Now, this is one of the men that King David told him, hey, I'm going to be with the fathers. But this one right here, I ain't gonna tell you to put him to death, but I'm gonna tell you to deal wisely with him. He said, he said, deal wisely with him. See, this is where the wisdom of Solomon comes in at. Because Solomon made him take an oath. And through the breaking of an oath, he said, if you break this oath, you're going to be put to death. He said, okay, sound good to me. Okay, you just made a commitment to this oath.
Uh-huh.
So now when I put you to death,
The blood
it's
on your
righteous.
hands.
It's
Uh-huh.
righteous.
Uh-huh.
This is why David, I tell you what, let's go back and read it. Go back to the top and go start back at verse 1.
First Kings chapter 2 and verse 1.
Now the Davis of David drew near the
Go to
oh,
5. Go to 5.
go to 5. Okay. Verse 5. Moreover, thou knowest also what Joab the son of Zeruiah did to me, and what he did to the two captains of the host of Israel, unto Abner the son of Ner, and unto Amasa the son of Jether, who he slew and shed the blood of war in peace. But the blood of war upon his girdle that was about his loins, and in his shoes that were on his feet. Do therefore according to thy wisdom, and let not his oar head go down to the grave in peace. But show kindness unto the sons of Barzillai the Gileadite, and let them be of those that eat at thy table. For so they came to me when I fled because of Absalom thy brother. And behold, thou hast with thee Shimei, the son of Gera, a Benjamite of Berim, which cursed me with a grievous curse in the day when
Mm-hmm.
I went to
Mm-hmm.
Menahem. But he came down to meet me at Jordan, and I swear to him by the Lord, saying, I will not put thee to death with the sword.
Now watch what they say in 9. Read 9.
Now therefore, hold him not guiltless,
For
for thou
thou art
art
a wise man.
and knowest what thou oughtest to do unto him. But his head bring thou
Down
down to the
to the
grave
grave
with
with blood.
blood.
Okay. Th- this what I'm talking about.
Set him up for the kill.
He set him up for the kill. David told him, he said, hey, you a wise man. Deal with him wisely.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he did. All right. Uh, where we stop at? Hey, no, no,
39.
no, no. I'm gonna show you why when he got him to make that covenant, he said, the blood will be up on my own head, right? Go to
Mm-hmm.
Numbers chapter 30 and read verse 2. This was lawful what Solomon did. See, Solomon was a master of the law. He knew
Mm-hmm.
how to operate within the boundaries of the law to keep himself legal with the Most High. Read that Numbers 30 and 2.
Numbers chapter 30 and verse 2. If a man vow a vow unto the Lord, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceedeth out of his mouth.
See that? See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if you break this oath, you did that to yourself. And that's how Solomon dealt with him wisely. Okay, now let's take this thing on out. Let's read 39 through 46.
All right. First Kings chapter 2 and verse 39. And it came to pass at the end of 3 years that two
Stop
of the
right there.
servants. Mm-hmm.
He lasted 3 years. See, Solomon was patient. He didn't rush it because he knew that the day was going to come that he was going to break that oath. He lasted 3 years. Read.
All right. That two of the servants of Shimei ran away unto Achish, son of Maacah, king of Gath. And they told Shimei, saying, Behold, thy servants be in Gath. And Shimei arose and saddled his ass, and went to Gath to Achish to seek his service. And Shimei went and brought his servants from Gath. And it was told Solomon that Shimei had gone from Jerusalem to Gath, and was come again. And the king sent and called for Shimei, and said unto him, Did I not make thee to swear by the Lord, and protested unto thee, saying, Know for a certain on the day thou goest out and walkest abroad any whither, that thou shalt surely die. And thou saidst unto me, The word that I have heard is good. Why then hast thou not kept the oath of the Lord, and the commandment that I have charged thee with? The king said moreover to Shimei, Thou knowest all the wickedness which thine heart is privy to, that thou didst to David my father. Therefore the Lord shall return thy wickedness upon thine own head, and King Solomon shall be blessed, and the throne of David shall be established before the Lord forever. So the king's commandment, Benaiah the son of Jehoiada, which went out and fell upon him, that he died. And the kingdom was established in the hand of Solomon.
All praises to the Most High. Now, listen. After Solomon got him to break the oath, you heard what Solomon said to him, didn't
Mm-hmm.
you? Yeah. Now, you remember what you did to my daddy, don't it? You remember what you did to my daddy. See, this why this coming up on you. He said, he said, why then hast thou not kept the oath of the Lord and the commandment that I have charged with thee? The king, moreover, said moreover to Samaria, thou knowest all the wickedness which thine heart is privy to, that thou didst to David my father. See, he said, now you done broke this over. Now while we talking about this, let me go ahead and do what my pop told me to do. Now you remember what you did to my daddy, don't
Hey, Solomon sent hey, I gotta be honest, man. Benaiah sound like Batman a little bit, but the way he be falling on people.
you? Listen, when I get through with this series, I'm doing a series on Benaiah. I'm telling you right now.
Benaiah sound like Batman.
When I get through with this series, I'm doing a whole series on just Benaiah.
Hey, he sound like he come out of shadow somewhere and just startle you to death and just swing his sword. You don't even get to talk really. Man.
Hey, Solomon said, fall on it. He just appear out of nowhere. Shing,
Yeah.
shing.
Man.
um, he said, why then hast thou kept the oath of the Lord, the commandment that I gave charge thee with? The king said, moreover, Shemaiah, thou knowest all the wickedness which thou is privy to, that thou didst to David my father. Therefore the Lord shall return thy wickedness upon thine own head, and King Solomon shall be blessed, and the throne of David shall be established before the Lord forever. So um Solomon had to let him know that what's happening to you is happening to you because of what you did to my father. Yeah,
Hmm.
this get back. This get back. And um so after this right here, after Solomon got his get back, Solomon said, and basically what Solomon was letting him know, man, when you make an oath with somebody, I tell you what, go to Sirach 23 and read verse 11.
Sirach chapter 23 and verse 11. A man that useth Salaki, a man that useth much swearing shall be filled with iniquity, and the plague shall never depart from his house. If he shall offend, his sin shall be upon him. And if he acknowledge not his sin, he maketh a double offense. And if he swear in vain, he shall, let me say it again. And if he swear in vain, he shall not be innocent, but his house shall be full of calamities.
All praise to the Most High. This is what happened. This is the judgment. This is why you getting this work right here. This is why you getting this work. You got anything, Hebrew?
Man, nah, bro. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. It went exactly how I thought it was gonna go because I felt like we was gonna get to see another side of Solomon that gets overlooked, and that's exactly what we seen tonight, man. It was beautiful, brother. Beautiful. All praise.
Man, all praise to the Most High. Um, it's just so much information. And then in that 46, what I want to end on, it says, and the kingdom was established, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything in this chapter right here is just aligning with Torah. It's prophecies being fulfilled, and it's removing all of the blood guilt from King David, and all of these rivals. Just think about it. All of these rivals ended right here in chapter 2.
Mm-hmm. But you want to know something else that I noticed? Just looking at my notes. This was before Solomon even got to talk to the Most High to ask him for the wisdom that the Most High bestowed upon him.
That's right.
That don't happen until chapter 3. So who's to say that the Most High coming to him the way that he did and granting him whatever he wanted was not because of the way he operated within the statutes, laws, and commandments on handling the situation in which brother, which King David asked him to handle.
Bro, I was just finna, that was finna be one of my closing points, man. You in the spirit, Hebrew. You in the spirit because in chapter 2, right, this proves that the Most High, he builds his kingdoms on the law, statutes, and commandments.
Mm-hmm.
He built his kingdom on obedience
Mm-hmm.
and righteous judgment because in every instance right here, we saw that Solomon made sure that every judgment he made on every one of these people was within the law. It was righteous judgment. So Solomon didn't take the throne, Hebrew. He secured the throne because of the promises that the Most High made to him
Mm-hmm.
or about him. So let's not get it twisted. Solomon was not a pushover. Look, First Kings chapter 2, this chapter teaches us that a promised future still requires our obedience to the Most High.
That's right.
Solomon didn't inherit some clean, squeaky clean kingdom. He inherited a whole bunch of unfinished business, a whole bunch of unfinished justice. Blood was still crying from the ground. Rebellion was still crying out. Now we see that sacred spaces were being used to hide guilt instead of people correcting it. What did he do? He ran to the altar and grabbed the horn. he ran and
Mm.
grabbed the horn.
I mean, everybody was trying to manipulate the laws in their favor. Even Joab with the politics aspect of it.
Hmm.
Everybody was trying to use the laws and commandments in their favor to get away with something that they wrongfully did, except Solomon
That's right. That's right, bro.
and
So,
Batman too.
so in closing, Hebrew, and coming up in chapter 3 is where Solomon gonna get his wisdom at. KG, he ain't even
Hmm.
received the wisdom from the Most High yet.
Right.
I mean, we know that everything come from the Most High, but I'm saying like when he asks for it,
Hmm.
he ain't even received that part yet. So in closing, before Solomon ever asked for wisdom in chapter 3, he walked in wisdom in chapter 2. He learned that mercy without repentance can become rebellion. He learned that sacred places do not override righteous law, and that leadership is not proven by how long you can delay a judgment, but by how faithful you uphold it when the time comes. This chapter shows us something uncomfortable, but it shows us a lot of stuff that was necessary. The Most
Hmm.
High does not establish kingdoms until the land is cleansed. See, Joab's blood guilt had to be answered. Shemaiah's rebellion had to be tested. Adijah's ambition had to be exposed. And Abathar's priesthood had to be removed. None of this was personal with Solomon. It wasn't personal, but
Hmm.
all of it was lawful. Solomon was a young man, but he understood what many seasoned leaders never did, Hebrew. He knew that authority comes with accountability, and
Mm-hmm.
compassion must never contradict the commandments. He didn't rule by emotion, he ruled by instruction. He didn't hide behind the altar, he upheld the laws of the altar. And when the false sanctuary was dismantled, when the rebellious houses fell, and when judgment aligned with Torah, scripture tells us something profound, Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
And the kingdom was established in the hand of King Solomon. 1 Kings chapter 2 and verse 46. Not because Solomon was flawless, but because the Most High's order was honored. And I give all praise honor to the Most High God, man, for this lesson. I pray that the Most High was glorified and that somebody was edified. And that's all I have. That's the lesson. Establishing the throne. 1 Kings chapter 2.
All praises, all praises, all praises. Wonderful lesson tonight, bro. Hey, this is a great way to kick off the Shabbat lessons.
I know that's
Great,
right.
great way to kick off the Shabbat lessons. I know tomorrow gonna be just as powerful. All praises. Um, announcements.
Do the shout out and announcements. Go ahead.
Um, Good in the Hood. First, Shabbat in February. Make sure you got one more week. Get everything in that you can. Reach out to us so that we can have it ready. Also, Shabbat class tomorrow will be at 11 o'clock, right, bro? Am I saying that right?
That's
Start
right.
at
11 a.m.
11 a.m. Um, I think that's all I got. We're gonna get into these shout outs. Um, Prepare yourselves. It's supposed to get bad again over the weekend. They predicted another. It's supposed to be real cold. Hopefully, it skips over us. But just in case, brothers and sisters, be prepared for another cold weekend. Hopefully, it'll skip over us because I know it's still certain areas that need to be worked on. Keep everybody in your prayers pertaining to the weather, and let us all be making our moves safely as possible. But without further ado, let's get into these shout outs. Let me see what I got here. Um, I know we had a lot. We had a lot of feedback tonight. Shalom, Sister Arlene Foster. All praise to you being in the building. We appreciate what you help us with the scriptures, and I hope everything went back to normal for you with your power. I seen you had said that earlier in the lesson. Yesharella, Yesharal. Shalom, sis. Always happy to see you in the building. Um, we got Mother Mary. Shalom to you. Brother Winston French was in the building tonight. Shalom to you, brother. Uh, Sister Tanis Davis. Shalom to you,
Brother
sis.
Willie Gardner was in here tonight.
Shalom, brother Willie Gardner. Always happy to see you in the building. Uncle Eliyahu was in the building. Shalom
Brother
to you,
Mikael,
brother.
Cortez.
Yep, brother Mikael, brother Cortez. I think Uncle Walter was in here tonight. Shalom to
Yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah. I did. I saw
Shalom to you, Yedadiah. Shalom, brother. Sister Brenda Hill. Shalom to you, sis. Sister Veronica, shalom to you, sis. Oh, I think we Edward Barber. Shalom to you, brother. This is my first time seeing you in here, but hey, make sure you come back, man. We uh we have lessons Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and prayer call on Wednesdays, brother. Come back. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
That's right. That's right.
Let me see. Brother Dark, shalom to you, brother Dark.
Shalom, brother Dark in the building.
Shalom, Sister Cahelia. Shalom, sis. See what else we got
Did
here.
you get Sister Cindy? She was in the building.
I didn't see Sister Cindy. Shalom to you, Sister Cindy.
Yeah,
I
she was
ain't
in here.
Let me see what else we got. I think that might be all I have. I said Sister Brenda Hill, didn't I?
Yeah, 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 yeah. You did. I think
Sister
you did.
Jim in the building. Shalom to you, sis.
Yeah, she was down under the weather. I'm glad she feeling better.
Our praises.
Sister Veronica daughter got her power back on. All praise to the Most High for that.
Our praises. And that's all I see, bro. To anybody that we may have missed, shalom to you, man. Come back and bring somebody with you next time.
That's right.
Um,
That's right.
to the ones in the bush. Hey man, bring a ram with you next time. Don't make me set that bush on fire now. Don't make the Most High set that bush on fire. Come on out.
Hey, and he spoke out the burning bush now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He spoke out the burning bush. Hey, don't get burned now.
It's all love and edification over here.
Hey, you welcome, man. Just come on in.
That's right.
Hey, hey, we'll be glad to have you. Hey, but with that being said, family, hey, we love y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. And with that being said,
This has been
Shab-
another exciting
Shabbat
episode
Shalom.
of Put Your Weight on It Fridays. Shabbat Shalom, family. DJ.
Yeah. Oh, Israel. The call never died. From the south, the lost sheep rise. From Mississippi soil where the history heavy changed in the land, but the promise still steady. Names got taken, truth got buried, but the word still breathing, never went missing. Lost sheep scattered, still hear the tone. Shepherd calling, saying bring them home. Not a rumor, not a myth. Ancient bloodline covered in stitch, no crown on head, no throne in sight. But kings still walk when they live upright. Priests in order, hearts in check. Walking the path of Melchizedek.
Order of Melchizedek. Hey, stand righteous, stand correct. No beginning, no end. We said, walk in truth, no disrespect.
Order of Melchizedek.
Order of Melchizedek.
Lost sheep found, hearts reset.
Lost sheep found, hearts reset.
From Tupelo we represent.
From Tupelo we represent.
Israel rise.
Remember that.
Remember
that.
Not here for hate, not here for noise. Here to rebuild men, women, boys. From prison walls to broken homes. Still hear Yah's voice through flesh and bone. Teach the law, apply the way. Faith works, lived every day. Not traditions handed down, but ancient paths we walking now. 12 tribes breathing, still intact. Truth don't change, that's fact. Scattered, warning, gathered